The Last Supper, one of Leonardo da Vinci's most famous works, plays a key role in Ron Howard's 2006 blockbuster, The Da Vinci Code.
What if Leonardo da Vinci's masterpieces hold secrets far beyond their stunning beauty? Hidden in the brushstrokes of his paintings may be ancient inventions and mysterious codes waiting to be uncovered. Leonardo da Vinci's The Last Supper. The Last Supper is more than just a painting. It's a gateway to his brilliant mind and endless curiosity. Created between 1495 and 1498, this mural isn't just famous, it's legendary, earning praise even in its time. Giorgio Vasari, a famous biographer of artists, called it a beautiful and marvelous thing. Today, it's considered one of the greatest artistic achievements in history, forever changing the art world. Leonardo, the ultimate Renaissance man, poured his genius into this work. He wasn't just a painter, but also an inventor, scientist, architect, and writer. During the years he spent painting The Last Supper, he also experimented with light, movement, and the subtle language of human emotions. This mural reflects his obsession with capturing the motions of the soul. Look closely at the disciples, and you'll see how their postures, gestures, and facial expressions tell a story of shock, doubt, and devotion. Leonardo chose a unique technique for The Last Supper. Unlike traditional fresco painters, he painted on dry plaster instead of wet, which gave him time to add fine details and make changes as he worked. But this decision came with a cost. While his method allowed for incredible depth and color, it made the painting fragile and vulnerable to damage. The artwork began to deteriorate just a few years after it was completed. By the 1500s, parts of the painting were already fading, and by the 1600s, people described it as a mere shadow of its former self. Over centuries, numerous restoration attempts caused even more damage, with some restorers repainting entire sections. But in 1977, a 22-year-long restoration project, led by Pinin Brambilla Barcelon, aimed to uncover as much of Leonardo's original work as possible. Completed in 1999, this painstaking effort revealed new details while preserving the delicate remnants of the masterpiece. Today, The Last Supper is housed in the refectory of Santa Maria delle Grazie in Milan, a United Nations educational, scientific, and cultural organization World Heritage Site. Only small groups of visitors are allowed to view the painting by appointment to protect it. The air is carefully filtered to prevent pollutants and humidity from causing further harm. Leonardo's The Last Supper is more than an artistic milestone. It's a testament to his brilliance and the mysteries he wove into his work. Every glance at this painting offers something new, inviting us to marvel at how one man captured the emotions and depth of an eternal story. If you enjoyed discovering the hidden mysteries in Leonardo da Vinci's art, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more fascinating insights into his masterpieces. Mona Lisa. Leonardo da Vinci, the brilliant artist and inventor, created some of the most famous artworks in history, including the Mona Lisa. While it's celebrated for its beauty and technique, many believe this painting holds secrets encoded by Leonardo himself. What mysteries could he have hidden in this 16th century masterpiece? The Mona Lisa isn't just a portrait. It's been called a puzzle wrapped in art. Her enigmatic smile, for instance, has intrigued viewers for centuries. It's not a typical smile, but seems to hide knowledge we can only guess at. Some researchers believe Leonardo intentionally embedded symbols, hidden messages, and even coded meanings into the painting, using techniques like mirror imaging and mathematical proportions. One fascinating discovery involves tiny symbols in the Mona Lisa's eyes, which were revealed using advanced magnification. In her right eye, letters resembling L and V, possibly Leonardo's initials, were found. Her left eye also contains faint symbols, although their meaning remains unclear. Beneath the bridge in the background, the numbers 7 and 2 were identified, potentially referencing a major flood in 1472 that destroyed a bridge in Bobbio, Italy. The painting's structure also reflects Leonardo's obsession with precision and detail. He applied the golden ratio, a mathematical concept of harmony and beauty, to shape the composition. This principle may explain why viewers are drawn to the painting. It appeals to our subconscious sense of balance and perfection. A particularly intriguing theory suggests that Leonardo, known for his love of mirror writing, also used mirrors to hide hidden images in his work. When the Mona Lisa is mirrored and combined with its reflection, it reveals strange shapes resembling modern descriptions of extraterrestrial beings. Strikingly similar patterns emerge in other Da Vinci works, such as Saint John the Baptist and Madonna of the Rocks. Who is the woman in the Mona Lisa? The most accepted theory is that she is Lisa Gherardini, the wife of a wealthy silk merchant. But some believe she could represent Leonardo's mother, Caterina, or even his young assistant, Salai, who was close to him for decades. Interestingly, if you rearrange the letters in Mona Lisa, you get Mon Salai, meaning my Salai in French, possibly a secret tribute. Leonardo da Vinci was more than an artist. He was a visionary who used his work to explore philosophy, science, and possibly the mysteries of the universe. The Mona Lisa and his other masterpieces continue to captivate us, leaving behind questions that may never be fully answered. What do you see in Leonardo's art? The key to his secrets is waiting for someone to unlock it. Vitruvian Man. Leonardo da Vinci's iconic drawing, The Vitruvian Man, is more than just a simple sketch. It's a masterpiece that hides mysteries about math, philosophy, and the human place in the universe. Created around 1487, this pen and ink illustration shows a man standing inside a circle and a square, with his arms and legs positioned in two overlapping poses. While it might look straightforward, the deeper meaning lies in its perfect proportions and the ideas it represents. Leonardo drew inspiration from the Roman architect Vitruvius, who believed the human body's design mirrored the balance and harmony of the universe. Vitruvius claimed that the navel is the body's center, making it possible to draw a circle around a person with a compass. He also noted that a person's height and arm span are nearly identical, allowing the body to fit neatly into a square. Leonardo used these ideas to create the Vitruvian Man, symbolically squaring the circle, a problem mathematicians had wrestled with for centuries. But Leonardo didn't stop at Vitruvius's ideas. His drawing reflects the Renaissance's broader obsession with connecting science, art, and spirituality. At the time, a belief called the Great Chain of Being placed everything in the universe on a hierarchy, from God at the top to animals and devils at the bottom. Humans, thought to be in the middle, were unique because they had both a mortal body and an immortal soul. A philosopher named Pico della Mirandola, however, challenged this. He argued that humans weren't stuck in the chain, but could choose their position, rising to godlike heights or sinking to animal instincts. Leonardo captured this flexibility in his drawing, where the man seems to fit into the circle and square, symbolizing limitless potential. Leonardo's precision in the Vitruvian Man is awe-inspiring. He used compasses and tick marks to ensure perfect geometry, seamlessly merging art and science. The drawing's careful details, like the man's curling hair and calm expression, blend humanity and divinity, reminding us of our connection to something greater. Beyond its beauty, the Vitruvian Man is a hidden map of ideas. Leonardo used it to explore how humans fit into the universe's grand design. For him, the human body wasn't just a biological structure, but a reflection of universal order. With its mix of math, art, and philosophy, this masterpiece remains one of the greatest symbols of the Renaissance, and a testament to Leonardo's genius. The Annunciation. Leonardo da Vinci's The Annunciation is more than just a beautiful painting. It's a treasure trove of hidden meanings and techniques that reflect his genius. This masterpiece is one of his earliest works, painted when Leonardo was in his early 20s. It depicts the moment when the Archangel Gabriel tells the Virgin Mary that she has been chosen to bear the Son of God. While the scene may seem straightforward, Leonardo wove mysteries into every detail. One of the most fascinating aspects of the Annunciation lies in its perspective. The trees in the background stretch far into the distance, creating a sense of vastness. However, a closer look reveals a magic tree on the right that seems much closer than it should be. This subtle play with distance and space adds an almost dreamlike quality to the scene, blurring the line between reality and symbolism. Leonardo's use of perspective could be better, though. For example, Mary's arm appears oddly positioned when viewed straight on. Some believe this was intentional, meant to be seen from a specific angle. Others think it reflects Leonardo's inexperience at the time. Similarly, the altar Mary rests her hand on seems to defy logic. It's closer to the viewer than Mary herself. These quirks might be early signs of Leonardo experimenting with space and form in ways that still puzzle art historians. Hidden beneath the painting's surface, researchers discovered an unseen sketch of an angel and a baby. This secret drawing suggests Leonardo's creative process was more layered and complex than we see on the canvas. It's as if he was leaving clues for future generations to uncover. Leonardo's techniques also bring the painting to life. He used sfumato, a soft, smoky blending of light and shadow, to give the scene an ethereal glow, making it feel otherworldly. His mastery of chiaroscuro, the contrast between light and dark, creates drama, especially in Gabriel's illuminated face against the shadowy folds of his robe. Atmospheric perspective adds to the depth, with objects in the background appearing hazy as if veiled by distance. But beyond its technical brilliance, the Annunciation carries a powerful message. Mary's humble acceptance of Gabriel's message symbolizes faith, trust, and obedience to God's will. Her bowed head and serene expression reflect her grace, while Gabriel's commanding posture reminds viewers of divine authority. In The Annunciation, Leonardo didn't just paint a story, he hid layers of meaning and emotion. This early work reveals the budding genius of an artist who would later transform the art world. Ginevra de' Benci, Leonardo da Vinci's painting. Ginevra de' Benci isn't just a portrait, it's a puzzle packed with secrets, innovations, and a touch of rebellion against tradition. Painted when Leonardo was in his early 20s, this masterpiece reveals his genius as he experimented with new ideas that would later shape his iconic works like the Mona Lisa. One striking mystery is that the painting is incomplete. The version we see today has been trimmed at the bottom. Sketches by Leonardo suggest the original included Ginevra's hands gently resting at her waist, possibly holding a flower-like pink flower, symbolizing devotion in Renaissance art. While we'll never know exactly what the missing section looked like, its absence leaves us imagining what the full picture might have conveyed. Ginevra herself was no ordinary subject. At just 16 years old, she was a poet, admired for her intelligence and beauty. Her name even plays into the painting's symbolism. The juniper bush in the background, Ginepro in Italian, is a visual pun on her name. Juniper also represented virtue, a quality highly valued for women of her time. Leonardo pushed boundaries with this portrait. Women were usually depicted indoors during the Renaissance, often in strict profile, but Ginevra is shown outdoors, surrounded by nature, and she faces slightly toward the viewer, a bold choice that gives her a sense of presence and individuality. Her gaze is direct and calm, almost daring the viewer to look deeper. Technically, the painting showcases Leonardo's innovative use of oil paint, which had only recently gained popularity in Italy. This allowed him to create soft transitions of light and shadow, known as sfumato. Look closely at Ginevra's face. Her skin isn't outlined but sculpted with light, capturing a lifelike softness. He even used his fingertips to blend areas, leaving his fingerprints behind as a mark of his process. The reverse side of the panel holds another layer of intrigue. It features a juniper, laurel, and palm wreath, symbols of virtue and intellectual strength, along with the motto, "Beauty adorns virtue." Scientific analysis reveals that the motto originally read, "Virtue and Honor," tied to Bernardo Bembo, a Venetian ambassador and one of Ginevra's admirers. Did Bembo commission this portrait as a tribute to her? With Ginevra de' Benci, Leonardo was not just painting a young woman. He explored themes of virtue, identity, and nature while breaking artistic conventions. Every detail, from the missing hands to the symbolic bush, invites us to uncover the mysteries he deliberately left behind. The Virgin of the Rocks. Leonardo da Vinci wasn't just a painter, but a master of hiding secrets within his works. One of the most fascinating examples is The Virgin of the Rocks, a painting he created in two versions, one in the Louvre, Paris, and the other in London's National Gallery. These two masterpieces share the same basic composition, yet each tells a different story, filled with subtle mysteries and hidden meanings. At first glance, the paintings look nearly identical. Both depict the Virgin Mary, baby Jesus, John the Baptist, and an angel in a rocky cave. But look closer, and the differences emerge. In the Paris version, the angel gazes outward, pointing towards John, inviting the viewer into the scene. In the London version, the angel turns inward with a softer, more introspective expression. Even the plants in the paintings differ. While the Paris version showcases meticulously observed flora, the London version takes creative liberties, blending elements to form imaginary plants. Leonardo's attention to detail extended beyond what was visible. Recent imaging technology has revealed hidden underdrawings beneath the London painting, showing an entirely different composition. In this initial sketch, an angel cradles baby Jesus while Mary and another figure watch from a distance. Why Leonardo changed his design remains a mystery, adding another intrigue to his work. Even the rocky cave backdrop holds deeper meaning. Inspired by Leonardo's fascination with nature, it reflects his belief that mountains once lay beneath ancient seas. His discovery of fossils in the Alps led him to challenge the Church's view of creation. For Leonardo, dramatic natural forces shaped the Earth over millennia, not created in a few days. This radical idea subtly weaves into the Virgin of the Rocks, where the jagged landscape feels more like a primordial world than a biblical setting. Hidden symbols add to the mystery. In the Paris version, a palm tree near Mary resembles a scallop shell, a nod to Leonardo's interest in nature's patterns. These symbols invite viewers to look beyond the surface, suggesting that Leonardo's art wasn't just about beauty, but about questioning and understanding the world. Leonardo's genius lies in these layers of meaning. Every brushstroke invites discovery. Every detail tells a story. The Virgin of the Rocks isn't just a painting. It's a puzzle, a reflection of Leonardo's brilliant mind and his quest to unravel the mysteries of life itself. Adoration of the Magi. Leonardo da Vinci's Adoration of the Magi is more than an unfinished masterpiece. It's a treasure trove of mysteries hidden beneath layers of paint and symbolism. Created in the early 1480s for the monks of San Donato and Scopeto, the painting was meant to adorn the high altar of their church. However, Leonardo abandoned the project in 1482, leaving behind an incomplete yet mesmerizing work that continues to intrigue art historians. One of the greatest discoveries came in 2002, when infrared imaging revealed an entirely different world beneath the surface. These drawings show figures and details that Leonardo sketched but never painted. It's believed Leonardo himself still needs to apply the current visible paint. The hidden layers hint at the immense creativity and planning he poured into the project before moving on. The painting's background is equally mysterious. We see construction workers restoring structures while young men look on amid crumbling ruins. Some believe these ruins symbolize the fall of old pagan cultures and the rise of Christianity. On the left, workers build what appears to be a temple, perhaps a reference to peace and faith, contrasting sharply with the chaos of knights clashing on horseback on the opposite side. Unlike traditional depictions of the biblical story, Leonardo's adoration of the Magi is full of unexpected elements. There's no manger, no oxen or donkey, and the scene feels more like a bustling narrative than a quiet moment of worship. The figures, animals, and gestures tell stories beyond the nativity, drawing viewers deeper into the painting's mysteries. Leonardo arranged the composition in a pyramid shape, with the Virgin Mary and baby Jesus at the peak, drawing our eyes naturally to the central figures. Surrounding them are the Magi kneeling to present their gifts, framed by a dynamic swirl of activity that makes the scene feel alive. Ultimately, the painting remains unfinished because Leonardo left Florence for Milan, lured by promises of a steady income from the Duke of Milan. Still, even in its incomplete state, the adoration of the Magi reveals Leonardo's genius. It blends the sacred with the symbolic, creating a layered masterpiece that keeps us questioning and marveling centuries later. Leonardo's works remind us that the greatest art is sometimes not what is completed, but what is hidden beneath. The Lady with an Ermine. Before the Mona Lisa, Leonardo da Vinci created The Lady with an Ermine, a painting just as mysterious and captivating. Completed around 1489 to 1490, this small yet stunning portrait of Cecilia Gallerani, the mistress of Ludovico Sforza, the Duke of Milan and Leonardo's patron, is full of hidden meanings and layers waiting to be uncovered. The ermine in Cecilia's arms holds the key to much of the painting's symbolism. Ludovico was nicknamed the White Ermine after receiving the Order of the Ermine in 1488. The animal, depicted as large and strikingly white, could represent his desire to honor himself in the painting. Interestingly, The ermine also connects to Cecilia herself. Her last name, Gallerani, sounds like the Greek word for weasel, a relative of the ermine. In Renaissance culture, weasels were symbols of protection for pregnant women, hinting at Cecilia's rumored pregnancy by Ludovico. Leonardo, known for embedding layers of meaning in his art, may have used the ermine to symbolize the couple's growing bond. The shift from a small, dark creature to a muscular white one could reflect Ludovico's wish to make their relationship more public, or perhaps his idealized self-image. The painting also hides secrets beneath its surface. Using modern imaging technology, researchers discovered Leonardo's initial designs. X-rays revealed that the original background featured a door, likely part of an atmospheric landscape similar to the Mona Lisa. This background was overpainted in the 19th century with a plain dark color, altering Leonardo's original vision. Even the painting's signature has been questioned. An inscription was added later in the 1800s, wrongly labeling the work as La Belle Ferronnière and attributing it to Leonardo da Vinci in Polish. The painting's journey has been just as eventful. It was owned by Polish nobility, looted by the Nazis during World War II, and hidden in Bavaria before being returned to Poland in 1946. Through all its mysteries, one thing remains clear. Leonardo captured Cecilia's elegance and the complex dynamics of her relationship with Ludovico. The portrait turns fleeting moments into timeless beauty, filled with meaning that keeps us guessing centuries later. In true Da Vinci fashion, every detail, seen and unseen, tells a story. Salvator Mundi. Leonardo da Vinci's Salvator Mundi is a painting full of mystery, captivating both art experts and the public alike. The painting depicts Christ as the Savior of the world and has sparked debates over its authenticity, restoration, and even the strange glass orb in Christ's hand. The history of Salvator Mundi is as mysterious as the painting itself. It disappeared from records for nearly 140 years, between 1763 and 1900. When it resurfaced in the early 20th century, it was believed to be painted by Bernardino Luini, a follower of Leonardo. 1958, the painting was sold at Sotheby's for just £45. Then, after another disappearance, it was bought in 2005 at a small auction in the United States. However, it wasn't in great condition and required extensive restoration. Some experts questioned whether Leonardo himself painted it, but in 2017, it sold for a record $450 million, making it the most expensive artwork ever sold. The buyer was rumored to be Saudi Arabian Prince Mohammed bin Salman, but the painting has not been publicly shown since the sale. One of the biggest mysteries in Salvator Mundi is the glass orb that Christ holds. Art historians agree the orb symbolizes the world, but it doesn't act like a real glass sphere. It doesn't distort light the way it should, which leads some experts to argue that Leonardo didn't paint it. Leonardo was fascinated by optics and studied how light interacts with objects. So, if the orb were solid glass, he would have shown how light would bend around it. Some believe Leonardo's artistic choice was the lack of distortion in the orb. Biographer Walter Isaacson suggested that Da Vinci may have deliberately avoided showing the usual optical effects to highlight Christ's miraculous nature. Another theory, proposed by art scholar Martin Kemp, suggests that Leonardo didn't want to distort a holy image of Christ. More recently, a study by computer scientists from the University of California revealed that the orb is likely hollow, not solid. They used digital simulations to show that a hollow glass orb wouldn't distort light as a solid one would. This discovery aligns with Leonardo's scientific expertise, confirming that the orb was painted precisely based on his understanding of optics. Through these mysteries, Leonardo's genius shines. Salvator Mundi isn't just a painting, it's a puzzle that continues to intrigue and inspire. The Virgin and Child with Saint Anne. Leonardo da Vinci's The Virgin and Child with Saint Anne is a beautiful yet mysterious painting. It shows 3 generations of Christ's family, Saint Anne, her daughter Mary, and baby Jesus. What makes this painting special is how Leonardo presents their relationship, and the many layers of meaning hidden in their gestures and poses. At first glance, Saint Anne seems impossibly young for a grandmother. Leonardo intentionally played with age to highlight the deep connection between the two women. While Mary is on Saint Anne's lap, the positioning creates a sense of closeness and warmth, as if they are in perfect harmony. The lamb held by the child symbolizes Christ as the sacrificial lamb, a reference to his eventual sacrifice for humanity's salvation. The figures are arranged in a triangular, pyramid-like composition, which was common in Renaissance art. Saint Anne is at the top, symbolizing the church, and looking down at Mary and Jesus with a gentle, loving expression. The light in the painting is soft, illuminating their faces while fading into shadow around their necks, creating a sense of depth and tenderness. The background is filled with a misty, mountainous landscape, which blends perfectly with the figures in the foreground, adding to the peaceful, dreamlike quality of the scene. But there's more to the painting than meets the eye. Leonardo has hidden the shape of a bird in the folds of Mary's dress, a reference to a memory from his own childhood. In his notebooks, Leonardo wrote about a time when a kite flew into his cradle, and he believed this experience sparked his lifelong fascination with flight. This hidden detail suggests that Leonardo's childhood memories influenced his work in subtle, personal ways. In his psychoanalytic study of Leonardo, Sigmund Freud believed that the themes in this painting also connect to his childhood and his complex relationship with his mother. Freud suggested that the image of the kite in Leonardo's memory might symbolize his early feelings about his mother and his sexuality. In The Virgin and Child with Saint Anne, Leonardo has once again hidden mysteries within his art, inviting viewers to explore his personal experiences, deep understanding of human relationships, and scientific curiosity. Each detail, from how light falls on the figures to the hidden symbolism, reveals the genius of an artist who knew how to communicate profound ideas in the most subtle ways. In the end, while the idea of Leonardo da Vinci hiding ancient inventions in his paintings is intriguing, there's no definitive evidence to confirm such theories. His works remain a remarkable blend of art, science, and mystery, leaving us to wonder about his masterpieces' hidden layers of meaning. Whether intentional or not, Leonardo's genius continues to spark curiosity, inviting us to explore new interpretations of his art. Ultimately, his paintings serve as a timeless reminder of the boundless possibilities of human creativity.